Today we're going to talk about goal setting versus goal achieving. Now, if you are a part of this Digging Deeper tribe already, there is no doubt in my mind that you already are all over goal setting. Goal setting is something we do by nature. If we are high achieving, goal-oriented women. If you are an aspiring high achiever, it may be something that you've been learning to do over the last little bit amount of time, over the last few years, whatever the case may be. But there's a reason that you are here, and you know that goal setting has so much to do with it. But there is a massive difference between being a goal setter and a goal achiever. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the one that is perpetually setting goals, but we all know that a lot of times it turns into the same goals that we're setting and resetting and setting and resetting over and over and over again, where we become like a broken record? No, we don't want to be that person. Or do we want to be the person that actually achieves the goals that we set? Well, how do we move from being stuck in one status into the goal achieving status? Here's what I can tell you. I have lived this pain so much in my own life. And it was one of the most painful lessons that I had to learn as I moved from an aspiring high achiever into an actual high achiever. And I'll just tell you very quickly my own personal experience as a brand new entrepreneur. I immediately fell into that trap of setting goals and missing goals and setting goals and missing goals. And it went on for the majority of the first year of my business. In fact, I became like a broken record. I honestly didn't even like hearing myself set the goals anymore because I was tired of listening to my own voice, where I had started to actually doubt my ability to achieve my dreams because I had set the same goals and missed them so many times. And it wasn't even that I missed the goals, it was that I didn't do the work required to achieve the goals. So it's not like I set the goal and failed because I tried and didn't accomplish it. It was that I self-sabotaged, so where I wasn't actually doing the work necessary to achieve the goal. And if we're to be honest with ourselves, I think that's where so many of us struggle, is that these patterns of toxic thinking and these old belief systems and the self-sabotage kicks in, that negative self-talk that we've been programmed to believe over the past so many years. And out of a fear of failure or a fear of criticism or whatever the case may be, even a fear of success, because we start to think about, and most of this, by the way, is totally subconscious. We're not thinking about it consciously. What if my friends don't like me? What if I'm awkward? What if I don't know how to succeed? What if my family stops loving me? What if they judge me for my success? Blah, 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 blah. And so whatever those patterns are, based on our upbringing and the beliefs that we have had ingrained to us over time, we all have these versions of self-sabotage that kick in, and what they actually do is they keep us from doing the work necessary to achieve the goal. And that is something that's so important to realize. Okay? So we set the goals, we put all of our plans in place of what it would take to achieve them, but when it comes time to do the work, we freeze. We become paralyzed. We do absolutely nothing. So how do we move from goal setting into goal achieving? There's a few little things that I found to be hacks here, where I can hack my own subconscious programming and I can move out of that negative self-talk and into the action mode. So what I have learned to do here is two things. Number one, map out the details of what it will take to achieve the goal. So instead of only focusing on the outcome, focus on the tasks that are required to hit the outcome. And so my day, yes, I set the goals, but I break down the goal into the bite-sized tactics and tasks that will be required for me to move from point A to point B. Then on a daily basis, I resell myself on the why of why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I focus on the task. I focus on the tactic. And that allows me to remove the emotion from the equation. And once I can remove the emotion, I'm not stuck in my head. And I can just focus on doing the job. The other thing that really helps me a lot here, which we have talked about a number of times before, if you've been with me on our Ask Anything live sessions within our High Achieving Women Facebook group, one of the things I talk about is that I treat myself as the boss at night and the employee in the morning. So at night, when I'm mapping out my plan for the next day, I'm the boss. I can decide whatever I want. I can make all the decisions I want. I can have freedom, autonomy, I can have control, whatever I want to do. But when I wake up in the morning and it's time for me to get to work, whether it's on my personal goals, my professional goals, it doesn't matter. At that moment, I become the employee. And my only option is to follow the rules that the boss put into place. Remember, the boss was me the night before. So an employee, if you don't work, you don't get paid. That's all there is to it, okay? Now, as a boss, as my own boss, as an entrepreneur, I can go into all of these toxic, broke-minded conversations with myself like, I'm my own boss. I'm an entrepreneur. That's why I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't feel like working today. And with that, I don't feel like working today. I can always do it tomorrow. Sure, I can always do it tomorrow. But tomorrow never ends. It's a perpetual tomorrow. So just like I can always do it tomorrow, I can always lose the weight tomorrow. I can always earn the money tomorrow. I can always become debt-free tomorrow. I can always create abundance tomorrow. And it never actually becomes a today. It never becomes my reality in this moment because I'm always putting off the work until tomorrow. Therefore, the results and the outcome are also pushed off into the perpetual tomorrows. So if I can only allow myself to be the boss at night, and then in the morning I am the employee, and I understand you don't go to work, you don't get paid. So I cannot argue within my own internal psychobabble in the morning. My only option is get up and do the work that I put in place for myself the night before. And guess what? If I'm miserable, if I hate it, I become the boss again tonight. And tonight I can put it together a different plan for tomorrow. But guess what else? I never actually hate it at the end of the night. Do you know how fulfilling it is, how rewarding it is, how gratifying it is to go to bed at the end of the night exhausted from a job well done instead of exhausted from worry and guilt? Because I'm in that same cycle of shame and guilt and self-loathing because I never do what I say I'm gonna do. You see, that's the difference, y'all. That's the critical inch difference between goal setting and goal achieving, is that I have discipline of self. It is a core inner mental and emotional muscle that I only strengthen through exercise, just like every other physical muscle that I have, by doing it again and again and again, and standing in the shoes of integrity and doing with myself what I say I'm going to do. At night, I'm the boss. I put the plan together. In the morning, I'm the employee, and I must do the work or I don't have a job. And remember, either we will learn to discipline ourselves or we will become disciplined by the world with other bosses and other people that are responsible for us because we cannot exercise our own internal responsibility. And learning how to think a new thought and take action on that thought is what moves me down this road and creates a new reality. So understanding that I'm going to focus on the task as opposed to focus on the big, hairy outcome that can overwhelm me and shut me down, and then choosing to be the boss at night and the employee in the morning, those are the two immediately executable, practical life hacks that can help you move instantly from being a goal setter into a goal achiever. Love y'all. See you next time. Bye for now.